we went from that 1,500 square foot space, went to Houston, bought a 35,000 square foot building. And at the time it was like, we'll never fill this, but it was a really nice setup because that 35,000 square foot building was about the price of 5,000 square foot spaces in Florida because the cost of living was so low. There was a huge pool of tech talent, in Houston. And obviously with the cost of living being low, we had some of our employees in Florida that relocated with us that, they weren't able to buy a home in Florida, but in Texas, no problem. And so
even Facebook, I think, has their support in Texas, I think in Austin.
Yeah. It's, and so it was something that, in Houston, we kind of planted roots there, and things just kept moving faster, and at the time we honestly, we had a lot of things that just worked out, in terms of good timing, in the industry, a lot of things like that. But the company, ultimately within just a few years, we were hosting millions of websites. And
how did you get there? What was the impetus for the growth? Like, is it purely timing? Was your service better? Was it marketing? Was it customer acquisition costs being maintained? Was it operational process, which we're finding is happening with us and is paying massive dividends?
Yeah. So the biggest drivers, I think, were really, a lot of it was timing and our focus on really empowering resellers. We had really robust reseller programs. I believe about 40,000 resellers at one point. And then we had an affiliate program where we were paying out, millions of dollars monthly in this affiliate program. So we really empowered, those channels. And then the focus was always on providing the best service and doing what was right for the customer. And so that meant like 24-hour support, so we had 3 shifts running at all times. Everything was in-house. We didn't outsource any support. We didn't have anything overseas. And that was kind of unheard of. There were a lot of companies that were, our competitors that just, their support was okay, but, it was not the best, or it was overseas. And, and this was the quality of teams, that you can get overseas has changed a lot since then, because back at this point in time, we were in a time where this was before the iPhone. So
what year? So you're talking about like what, 2006, 2005?
Yeah. 2006 is when I joined HostGator. Yeah. So we were moving 2006.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the LA Business Podcast. If you like what we're doing on this podcast, please consider subscribing on Apple or Google Play, leaving a 5-star review, and sharing with your friends. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations for a guest you'd like to hear on this podcast, please email me, robert@brillmedia.co. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.